It's recording.
Just so you know what I did do.
All right. And state the time.
Okay, it's 6:30 on July 8th.
6:39.
6:39 on July 8th, and this is the Animal Control Advisory Committee meeting. Notice is hereby given that a meeting of the City of Sandy Oaks Animal Control Advisory Committee will be held on Monday, July 8th, 2019 at 6:30 p.m. at Sandy Oaks City Hall, located at 4451 Hickory Haven, Sandy Oaks, Texas 78112, for the purpose of considering the following agenda items. Call to order. Do we need to do it for quorum?
They usually just state their name out loud and clear.
Lynette Fetterspill.
Juliet Ramirez.
Michelle Hessler.
Gustavo Godoy.
That was it. Got a quorum. He's not a member.
Okay. So I guess Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. And item 1 was discuss and/or possible action on recruiting fosters and volunteers and creating a waiver form. And it says Chairperson Alderman Walker. And since I wasn't here, Mickey was going to do it. Do you know where we stand on that? Lynette?
I don't think we've reviewed it at all, so what had happened was...
Right, because we didn't have a meeting
Because we
last
didn't
time,
have
so we
one.
didn't get a chance to review.
And the one that I had created, Cassandra went back and added some things and modified some things, so then, hence this one with red line. So the first page is just, well, one of the things I had a question about is on the first page, in which areas are you interested in volunteering? And these came off of a form that you had provided from another agency or whatever. But I was thinking all of these sound pretty good, like things that we would need as well.
Yeah,
Bathing, brushing dogs, cleaning kennels,
yeah.
adoption events, if we do fundraising.
Yeah.
Okay. So page
I
1
like
looks
that.
okay?
Yeah.
Are we going to be accepting school or community credit and court-ordered community service hours?
I don't know how that works when we run it through the city. If you're a 501, anybody on the board can sign off for that, but I don't know how it works since we're not a 501.
and
So
it's not something that Cassandra questioned, so I guess,
I'm sure she could probably sign off on it.
yeah.
Or Chris could.
Because there were some others that had asked that too, if we have any sort of
Yeah.
community service, since we're going to have a court and
Someone would
stuff.
have to watch them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and
Obviously did.
the only hours.
There has to be a supervised, not you, but say I was there or Michelle was there. Somebody in a supervisory position has to be able to watch them while they're there.
They did 5 hours or 12 hours.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that they really did something and that
And
they
the
stayed.
volunteers wouldn't be around unless one of y'all were
Somebody
around
is
anyway.
Right.
either
They have
from
to be
the-
supervised.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if someone's volunteering from the committee on the weekend and a volunteer comes up, wants to
Yeah. That's
help out, that's fine. Okay.
So
One
page
other
2.
thing on page 2, for the dress code, another thing you asked me to input and I didn't yet, but it's going to say for your safety you should wear closed-toed and non-slip shoes
Oh, yeah.
and should not wear dangling jewelry. So I will update that.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone had any other questions on that. Any discussion or take the time to read it?
I don't have one.
Oh, you don't have one?
one?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was looking at the
That hurt.
prices.
Oh, wait, here.
You got one?
Didn't even realize you didn't have one.
No, that's fine.
Page 2.
Said close to their non-slip shoes.
Mhm.
What
Yeah,
is it?
it's gonna say
What is it gonna say?
closed-toed
Oh, it's
and
gonna go get a
non-slip
tech shop.
shoes, and then get rid of this,
I can't volunteer.
and should not wear
That's what I was
dangly.
thinking. Take out the
I'll
and
just, I'll
put
keep,
comma.
I'll just take it to my house.
One.
Yeah, it's basically 2 cents there.
No, it's not. For your safety, you should wear closed-toed, non-slip shoes and should not wear dangly jewelry.
All right. I guess, Catherine.
Thank you. Anything else on that page? Second page, of course, permission to photograph, or third page.
I don't see anything on that.
I don't see anything, Lisa, I'll look.
The only thing I had a question about, which I might have to ask Cassandra, was her understanding of agreement. It says the volunteer further represents and warrants that he or she is of lawful age and legally competent to sign this volunteer waiver. Yet we're saying on the first page, are you at least 18 years or older? So I guess they
That's
have
just
to be.
verifying.
Okay.
So if they
And
say.
if they're not, they have to have the parent signature, so. on the
Yeah,
last one.
if under 18 years, a parent's signature is required, and then I guess then, here they would say
Then the-
that they are lawfully competent to sign the waiver.
I wonder
The
if we
parent would
need to
have to
have
sign.
Yes.
a separate line for parent signature.
I think it's an understood, but
Because I know usually on like medical forms and other forms you fill out, you have a parent's signature.
Right,
Parent
right.
line.
I can include, I could put like print name of volunteer. And then put another line that says parent signature.
parent or guardian.
Yeah, parent or guardian, that's good. Otherwise, it looks good to me.
And then the actual signature. So the name of the volunteer, parent or guardian, or actually I can do it reverse, signature and then parent or guardian signature if need be. Okay. Good.
Does anybody have any other changes to it?
Yeah, and the other 2 pages were just rules of conduct.
Right, I read through those.
Yeah, and this last page is for them to keep. So it's basically summing up all this other stuff.
Right.
Would be for them to keep once they sign it.
I think this is good.
So just need a motion to approve with amendments.
I make a motion that we approve the current volunteer application and volunteer waiver.
With the amendments
With the
as
amendments,
mentioned?
yes.
Okay. So that was Feddersville and Hessler. Okay, that's all I need.
Okay, discuss and/or possible action on scheduling a date for the mobile vet clinic pet event day to include resource information. Which one of you would like to take that?
Oh, yeah, we do need an all in favor for that last one.
Oh, yeah.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right.
Yep, okay, unanimous. Thank you.
Good job,
I know
Gus.
who told him.
Oh, you're the one that told,
I
oh,
told him.
good job,
Well, you said
Chris.
so, Catherine.
Okay, now we can go, now we can go back to 4, scheduling a mobile vet.
Well, we need Mickey's input on when these can come. I thought we had discussed a couple dates.
20th and 27th.
Right, so we kind of need to see when they're available before they can come, before we schedule our
Okay.
pet event day.
I reached out to Patient Pause, and they said no. They said their full weekends are very busy for them. So,
They could only do like weekdays?
I didn't even give them that, or ask. She just finally responded and said, sorry, we're very full. All of our weekends are very busy.
Mm.
Probably one of those places you have to
like super
touch
in advance.
Like,
Like
So
next
do
year.
pretty much that's how it was for
Yeah.
mobile pet care. That's what they said to put us on their next year's calendar.
I was gonna say, if we're going to do it as an annual basis,
We can pick,
maybe
we can
ping them
pick.
for next year. Now.
Well, if we're gonna pick something and add it, have it on the calendar in advance, I would much rather go with mobile pet care. If Julie wants to get with Rosie and
Yeah, I
get
mean,
us solidified on the schedule for next year.
yeah, I think that it's still going to be up for review for a little bit, so they're not making
Any decisions for the
definitive-
calendar year?
No, not yet. They'll wait until later in the year.
Yeah, because it's still only.
July. So that you couldn't call them and say, when's your next available opening to come out here, and then bring it back to council?
For patient pause,
No?
I can, and just see what they say. But as far as for the other one, the mobile pet clinic, they were like, no, their weekends are all set already, and so they said that they would.
But you're saying if we set it that far in the future, you want the mobile pet?
Yeah, he's much more reasonable, and he would be, I feel like,
More relatable.
for the people out here.
Oh,
But I mean, if he doesn't fit us in, then for sure we need to go with.
I'm just wondering, how do we know that he can fit us in? We just wait until we hear from him?
Yeah, when they make their calendar. But I mean, we could be lining up other people.
Yeah, we're not gonna,
Just stick with him. I mean,
Yeah,
he would
we're
be the
gonna
first
keep-
choice. But
we're
I
gonna
mean, if
keep
other
looking.
people are going to want to do it, then we should of course go with them too. You know.
Yeah,
And
because
just
we could
wait
do more
around.
than just one a year,
Oh, yeah.
especially in the beginning, and
yeah.
use multiple.
oh yeah, we can use anybody who will come out, if that one can't come out.
Or maybe
Do you know
then
if
do the
Mickey
same with
talked
Well.
to Wellness on Wheels?
I don't know yet. She is right now? Okay.
Okay.
I thought she talked to this one.
To got their fees, but Julie said she called and they can't come on the weekends.
I don't know if she's spoken to
Yeah, that's what
anybody.
I'm saying,
maybe-
like,
oh, maybe.
I did, but
Oh, maybe they
I
told
just
her.
got an email this morning that said no.
Now, who is this? Mobile?
No.
That's
That's
Patient
patient
pause?
Patient pause. Okay. And then, is that the same as what you're talking about, the mobile?
Mobile pet clinic. no.
Oh, that's different too.
That one's the one that goes to the feed stores on the weekends.
And they're real busy too and don't have a calendar?
Don't
Okay.
have an open spot.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, because they plan it like a year in advance.
That's the one that Alderman Tremblay suggested that, we let them know that we would subsidize,
Oh, yeah.
anything that they,
Yes, oh, okay.
it's that one.
That if they would only come out if they made so much.
Yeah.
And we said the city would subsidize, okay.
I think we're looking for your input.
Me?
Did you speak with,
Some input?
have you spoken with Patient Pause?
I have not.
Or how about Wellness on Wheels?
Well, we used to have Wellness on Wheels out here, and that's the only reason that I printed that out was that's the fees that people were comfortable paying.
Okay.
Right.
So if they're comparable,
Keep it around that.
yes.
Yeah, smart. Okay, so then we need, then for number 4, we don't have anything for a mobile vet clinic.
We do not yet. No, and I apologize, I've just been crazy busy and
No.
haven't been able to.
I mean, it's,
Nobody's taking.
yeah, so,
Nobody's making
No, I
appointments.
Yeah,
did
they're-
reach out to Patient Pause, and they said no, they're full weekends, so
Really?
no go.
And we
This
don't
one
know
too,
when
I
they
reached
would
out
be.
to them 2 weeks ago and they're totally full.
Wellness
Patient
on
Pause?
Wheels?
Wellness on Wheels too?
They're
Yeah, 'cause
going-
we've
they're
been trying
going
to get-
everywhere around here though.
Who's
That's
the
why I'm
one
like,
that sets up at Tractor Supply?
They will not because it has to be inside. It has to be inside a business. They can't go outside.
and they
do it.
contract, right? They contract with Tractor Supply. It's like Pet Vet or something like that, right?
I think it was something like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
they have to be inside the store to do it.
I know, we've been trying to find somebody for,
The one I'm still waiting for is Penny Paws.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
They're still, but they said if they do get us, it's gonna take 6 months to set it up though.
We don't have 6 months. Have you talked to Christine at Bear County, Lynette?
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna reach out to Andy Winter and see if he knows of any mobile clinics. Bear County will help us sharing ideas.
Yeah.
Resources, no. They just can't do that. But if we have questions or stuff, they'll certainly.
You can ask him if Dr. Baston at the Kirby facility will do one. I'm curious what their answer will be, but I know she does that.
Okay.
If he asks her, she may be more inclined to say yes. If we ask her, I know what the answer is going to be.
Okay.
The doctor at Oak
But
Hills
she
is pretty
is a
nice.
contractor for them, so he wouldn't have any control over that. We would have to work directly with her. Because when he told me she was a contractor, I said, oh, great. Well, then I'm going to reach out to her as well.
I mean, you can then ask her.
Okay.
I'm not going to ask her.
I'll ask
That's
her.
probably something you should ask her.
And really what we're looking for is vaccination.
Yeah, she can come
Just
and
general-
do rabies and
Exactly.
I wonder if Dr. Hill would be up for it.
Yeah, the doctor at Oak Hills, he's pretty nice. He always likes to talk to us whenever we would go.
He's very, he loves
Oh,
to
yeah.
share his knowledge and information when,
He's a very personable guy, too.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's nice.
well, we're being recorded, I won't say.
yes, we are.
you can ask him if
Yeah.
he will supply, bring.
I don't know if they have a mobile.
All he needs is a
option.
table and an ice
Yeah.
chest.
That's what they used to do right
I
out
mean,
here when they
that's
did it.
yeah. I mean, he.
Well, right. Okay, that's true. And see, Wellness on Wheels had a contained trailer.
Well, sure, but I mean, as far as what we're looking for to get started, I mean, that's
Okay.
what
It'll be like overtime on the weekend.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
he can even just put up a table right there.
Well,
just-
and so that was the other thing. We talked about doing it up on the Saws property. But
Oh, okay.
why couldn't we do it here in the
In the
AC?
building?
In the AC
In the building,
or in the pavilion.
pavilion maybe.
Set
The
up a couple
building,
fans.
Yeah, and put up some fans. I mean, it's not that way. There's no
I just worry about
accidents.
allergies or people, you got
That's
too
my
many
big thing
people
with
out
bringing
there that'll
animals
bitch
in
about,
here.
yeah. It's like, oh my
Especially
God.
like parvo and who
Yeah.
knows what.
You can
Yeah,
set up
and they
like a
take it
little
home
temporary
and-
fence or something.
Hmm.
No? Okay, okay. Sorry. Jeez.
Okay, so I'll do Dr. Hill first, and then Dr. Baston second. Do we have any dates? Are we looking at a Saturday? I'm guessing it's going to be a Saturday is the only way we're really going to be able to pull this off.
Right. We were looking at a Saturday towards the end of the month. Right.
I think that's what we unofficially talked
Initially.
about last meeting, well, we didn't have a meeting, but a couple of weeks ago.
Right when we were
We're talking
visiting.
about the end of July.
The
Right.
20th and 27th.
Yeah, the
We
27th.
did talk about that.
Since it's already the
Okay.
7th,
So let me
probably closer
try
to the
July
27th.
27th.
Would probably be better.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think, when does school start? Because now we're going to start dealing with back to school.
Yeah, I won't be available after
And
the
it's
3rd.
usually,
August 22nd?
That'll be
yeah,
my
that's
last
what I'm
Saturday.
thinking is the
Oh, really?
last part.
My kid, well,
Or 26th?
one kid has to be in
Monday.
Ohio and the other kid starts.
So I'll give
High
him
school,
as
the
early
12th,
as
'cause they
July
go in town.
27th on a Saturday. If that doesn't work for him, any other Saturdays would work for him and see what he says.
Wait,
All
what
right.
Saturday?
Pardon?
Yeah.
What
maybe.
Saturday?
Yeah, we want a Saturday.
No,
The
what day?
27th. We're gonna
As
try
early
for.
as July 27th, if he can do that. If he can't, then a Saturday.
I would take whatever
Whatever
they're
day he can
willing,
give
and
us.
we will work with
Yeah.
that, with whoever is available.
Okay.
Do we need a motion on that? Mickey?
Is it an action item on the agenda?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Well, then, by golly.
Or was it more of a discuss?
it's a discuss and/or possible action.
So the action
So
would
we
be
haven't-
approving,
To
Mickey
reach out
to-
to have me reach out to Dr. Hill.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or,
if you
and
make it
or
official,
Dr.
then I'll do it.
So we need a
Baston.
motion.
I don't have to. It's okay.
I make a motion, we reach out to Dr. Hill and or Dr. Baston about setting up a mobile vet clinic.
I second.
I put G. It's G.
Better,
GG.
Gigi?
yes, that's what we call them, Gigi. Better
Okay.
still,
Okay,
and,
so we have a motion.
and all in favor?
Aye.
You're taking her job.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's right.
That's okay.
Just everybody knows
I'm
how
just
this
like-
works by now.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, number 5.
Do we have a, did everybody agree?
Yes.
It was unanimous.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Number 5, discuss and/or possible action on designing a banner for pet and resource information event days. Ms. Ramirez and Fetterspell.
Did you get a design done?
We were going with the
The logo?
The logo. We just need to decide what everybody wants it to say. What do y'all think?
This logo right
The
here.
logo for our waiver.
First annual.
No.
No,
It's
because
something
that
we
banner's
gotta
only
use.
We're
good
gonna
one
use it all
time.
the time. So animal information, animal,
Event
city,
day.
animal control, I mean, what do you want it to say? And you want some of the letters to be, a good
6
size.
inches.
Yeah.
I
And the
like that.
banner is a good size.
So what's the banner
Animal
for?
event day?
Animal pet day.
Any event
or-
day.
No.
Animal
Pet
rescue
event.
information.
I like information better just because
Mm.
what if it's not an event?
He doesn't know what's
I
going
like
on.
resource.
We were
have
gonna
no
have a
reason to
banner
listen to the
made
minutes.
so that we can set it up when we have some sort of,
Whatever,
information, for any time that
Anything?
we wanna do something, so
anything,
that
yeah.
people can come out and get information on,
Whether it's
their
a
Just do it
animals
exactly
or-
like that, but just subtract volunteer and just put,
animal rescue.
resources.
Ooh, I like resource.
Just, we could do that. City of
Animal
Sandy
rescue
Oaks Animal Resource Program.
Perfect.
Event.
No,
With no events.
City of Sandy
You didn't know that.
Oaks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That way, if we go set up a table somewhere else.
Exactly.
It has our name
And
on
it's
it.
not in the city.
Yeah,
Animal Resource Program.
program. Because we want to have, we want to have that program, that available, a resource program.
Okay. So it's a
Maybe we can-
logo with,
Maybe we can do the little dog and cat red or something. A color.
yeah,
Oh,
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
logo
That would
with
be
City
cool.
of Sandy Oaks Animal Resource Program.
Okay.
COSOARP.
COSAWARP. COSARP.
Okay, and I guess we need a,
Well,
A
so
motion on that
before
one.
we do that, remember at the city council meeting when we talked about this specific item, we approved a not to exceed, I think it was $200?
I think so.
For the banner and the pop-up canopy. And I think we can get the banner done for about $40.
Okay.
David Tremblay is the one, I think it was Screen Impressions who did that. We get with David on
Okay.
that. And so, has anybody looked into a canopy to see?
They're like $60 at Walmart.
Well, that was my next question, is what size do you want? Do you want just
I think a 10 by 10 at
10 by
least.
10 at least is what I'm
At
thinking.
least. Because especially if you have a number of people under it to give
Exactly.
information, plus the people on the other side of the table to receive information.
So it needs to be something that is,
Oh, yeah. We have the, oh, no, never mind.
that's portable enough to be transported and relatively easy enough that 2 people could put it up. So that was kind of my thought was, you don't want to go too small, but once you start getting bigger, then it becomes
Problematic.
a little bit more
Yeah,
challenging.
You should
definitely
probably
more.
just check at Academy. They're all on sale right now.
Or
oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I think
right.
Sticks had a sale on them.
Sam's.
Oh,
No,
oh, no,
Sam's
Sam's is like
doesn't have
60
any.
bucks.
No.
They don't?
Not that I've seen.
They had
No.
one, but it was like 60, 70 bucks. It was pretty
That's
expensive
still
for
not bad,
one.
because it's probably large.
It was a 10 by 10.
So
Oh.
my point is, we have $200 to work with here. Maybe you get 2 small ones and a banner.
Mm,
I
put
mean,
'em
there's
together.
other options.
Yeah.
So as long as we stay within that. So the point is, what size banner do you want, depending on what kind of canopy? you
Yeah,
want.
because if you're going to do a 10 by 10, then of course you want it 10,
10.
10 foot long.
Exactly. If you
Oh,
do 2
12.
8s, now you're at 16. But,
Yeah.
and it does become an issue when you're trying to tie them off, because that was the problem we were having. The one canopy that I have, the sign is bigger, so I have to kind of wrap it around.
Yeah, and then try to tie it
You don't always get
off.
to see all the letters and everything.
We'll just get 2 10 by 10s.
And then you just have a banner on one.
On one, yeah. Like if we need two, then put up two. If we just
If you
need
can
one,
get two 10 by 10s and the banner for $200,
That'd be
I
awesome.
say go for it.
I think
Yeah.
you can.
I can look
And
for,
then
I
the
was
banner
actually
would be
at,
on the canopy?
yeah, on one side of it probably, the
Yeah,
side that was.
It depends on where you set up too. You can easily
Yeah.
put the banner in the middle
right.
if you need to,
Right.
or
Now, do you have an idea on a color scheme that you want to do for the banner?
I say we do black and white and then the red,
The
like
red.
Michelle said. I mean, we want to keep it kind of simple.
So a white banner with black lettering and then maybe the red cat and dog.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so white banner, black letter, and red and white.
No,
The logo in red.
the dog.
The dog and
But
cat.
the hand outline in black.
Like to make it like a heart.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
This logo right here, but
Yeah.
you want it in red. Okay.
Yeah, but not just the
Not
dog
the
and
hands,
cat,
just
not
the
the
dog
hands.
and cat. The black, solid black part there.
Yeah.
That red.
In red.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
but not the hand.
I was gonna say it too, but not the hands.
And logo in red.
Let me
Okay.
repeat myself.
And so we're talking two 10 by 10s, if price.
Pricing.
Yeah. And one 10-foot banner. 10 foot by what?
30.
Mine
Inches.
is probably 3 foot. Maybe?
And yours only is one liner?
No, it says City of Sandy Oaks information,
Information,
community
okay.
information, I think is what it says. So it's two.
Oh man! Right now they're on sale for 10 by 10s are $39.99.
Oh my
Where?
God.
Academy.
Academy? Time to go shopping.
Then they have $71.99.
Even that is still,
Mm-hmm.
and get good quality.
Yeah.
Don't go for the cheap. We need something that's
Gonna.
withstand some use.
Mhm. And the weather and stuff.
So we'll say 10 by 3 or whatever it is. David knows the height because that's the banners that we have, and those work really well. You can get 2 lines of information on there.
Which I think would be good. City of Sandy Oaks Animal Resource Program.
Yeah, and then
Oh, and then the logo.
and then the
And then
logo,
the
kind of in
logo.
the middle maybe. City of Sandy Oaks Animal.
Just-
I don't know, and
just
then have
do
the
it
logo
exactly
back
like
At
there.
the bottom.
Yeah.
That would be 3 lines then.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no, no.
you're right.
If you space it out right, you can get that in the middle. Like City of Sandy Oaks, maybe have that there, and then below it say Animal Resource Program.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or you could do City of Sandy Oaks, 2 lines, Animal Resource, and the logo in the middle. I mean, there's any number of ways to lay it
Yeah.
out, but you'll have to get with the
Yeah.
gentleman.
Just whatever fits.
Exactly.
Yeah, they have a lot of them. They're all on sale.
Okay, good. Okay.
So we need to make a motion on that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everybody look at me. I make a motion to accept the waiver design as stated, saying City of Sandy Oaks Animal Resource Program with existing logo from the volunteer application.
Mm-mm. No, number 5. Are we on number 5?
That's what I said.
You said the waiver.
You said the
banner.
waiver.
Yeah, the logo from the waiver.
Oh, logo from
Oh,
the waiver.
okay.
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 A second?
A second.
All in favor?
Unanimous?
Unanimous?
There's still
Okay, and number 6, discuss and/or possible action on an animal adoption program. Which one of you ladies would like to handle that?
As far as establishing one? Is that what you're looking for?
So the city will take responsibility as part of the animal control program for the adoption process. So in order for that to happen, we need some recommendation from this council or this committee to recommend to the council any conditions that you think that we need to consider. The lawyer will also put in whatever considerations from a liability standpoint. But my thought was we have we have Pet Point. We're not up and running on Pet Point yet. It's a nightmare to get set up. Once we do that, then we'll have, what is it, Tango? Is that what it's called? Where we feed
That
and it
was
goes
24
out.
Pet Watch.
Yeah, that's
Pet Watch,
Pet,
but I think
Pet
it's
Tango.
24.
Pet Tango.
Pet Tango.
Yes. So that's kind of my thought to kind of help the adoption program, is to have that available so that we're pushing that information out. But I think we decided that the adoption fee was $50. We approved
That's
that
what's
at the
in-
last
Right,
council
we've
meeting.
decided a fee. However, I would ask that we table this until I come up with some sort of a waiver such as this and the criteria for adoption. Because like how we were discussing how we have a foster care program and all the things that entail that, that's the same thing for an adoption program. Who's going to call and verify the vet references? Are we going to do that? How are we going to screen the adopters? Are we adopting out of state? How are they going to get there? Are we adopting here? Like, there's a lot of variables.
Right.
So I asked that Michelle and I could get on that and find a setup like I used for this, a program that's already in place. So it covers all those variables, and we could just amend it to what we use, because that's a big undertaking in itself.
It is.
Okay, so we'll table that for now.
Right. Okay.
Number 7 is discuss and
Well,
or.
wait. She made a motion, so somebody needs to second. it.
Second,
There needs to be-
I motion to table number 6.
Second.
Gus seconds.
Okay.
And then you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Oh, well, I just jumped ahead to number 7, sorry.
Okay, and number 7 is discuss and or possible action on the status of the Pet Point management system.
So here's where we're at. It was Chris and Catherine and I were on a video.
And
And CJ, sorry. We were on a video call with Pet Point to go over how we get it set up. And he made it sound pretty easy. It's not. It's pretty much everything he went over, I must have misunderstood because I can't make it work. Catherine couldn't make it work. So I reached out to Clay the other day, actually last week, because I was off on Friday and I was trying to maybe wrangle him into some one-on-one time. He was off, but he's back now, so he's given me access to his calendar so that I want him to walk me through how to get it set up, because we have it, we need to use it. We can't use it till we get it set up. So telling us to go watch tutorials, it was 48 hours worth of tutorials. Who has time for that?
yeah, it was quite a
I mean,
bit.
I
Need
understand
hands-on
once
appointment.
we're going, I understand that. But we paid them an implementation charge, and what we need is at least a couple hours of some hand-holding to get it set up. So
Is
And
he
we've
going to
only
help
got
you, or do
3
you want me to
months.
find somebody?
I have not reached out to him. I haven't responded to his email from today.
Okay.
So I know I reached out to Michelle and I reached out to Julie to see if they had anybody they knew who had experience from more of an admin perspective to help us out. I thought maybe reaching out to Andy for Bear County. Because they use the same system, so surely somebody there knows.
The thing is, though, that we've got 3 months, and we paid a $500 onboarding fee for them to help us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It would be nice
but we
if
do
they
have to
helped
get
you.
it done. Yeah, we
Yeah.
have to get it done.
And
Right.
they do have tutorials?
They have video tutorials.
Because I looked on YouTube after
No.
you
Lost.
sent me.
I don't
You
think it's
sent
on
me-
YouTube, isn't it through
I
their
did
site?
see some
It's through their
YouTube
site.
for their website. I mean, it wasn't specifically
My
made
phone
by
refuses
them.
to
Yeah.
work.
But I
Oh.
found stuff.
And what we're
for
doing is
people.
we're trying to set up users so that each of you would have access to it. You know, if you need to whatever the next step is, an animal's here and you're moving it over to somewhere
you can
else,
go in
you
and-
go in and actually do it. I saw where the users are set up, but I couldn't change their permissions. I mean, it's like they're there, but they're not there. It's kind of weird how it works. So the plan is to get all of you access. The more people looking at this and helping out, maybe we divide and conquer.
I'd like to look at it.
Yeah.
I was gonna volunteer my daughter,
Uh-huh.
you know how kids are nowadays, and,
They're real smart.
yeah. But she just started summer school, and so I don't wanna, commit her to something,
Yeah.
so I need to talk to her and see if
I watched
she,
the 48 hours.
Pardon?
I watched the tutorials.
Ugh. I'd rather have,
Her nails
If
pulled
we-
out of the
Exactly.
finger bit.
I was
the nail
gonna
bits.
say,
I'd like
if
to
we
look
paid
at
them,
it. I mean, maybe we
well,
can just
that's the
figure
whole
it
thing.
out
We
looking at
paid
it.
them, and really, if we can just get them to help us get it set up, because it's only a one-time setup. It's not like it's something
Right.
that knowledge you have to retain because you're going to keep doing it all the time. To help us get it set up, then we can fumble through the rest of it and figure out what's working and what's not working.
are the data sheets filled in?
No,
Or is it just
nothing.
getting it up on the website?
I can't even get her,
a
like,
login.
I can get logged in, and I think I shared that with you,
Yeah, I
right, to
have
be able
your
to get.
login.
But I was trying to, in fact, I somehow got Chris logged in as a user,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know how I did it now, because I'm trying
Exactly.
to follow the same steps that I thought I did with him, and now I
Right.
couldn't get you. And there's different, like mine is considered admin
Right.
level, and then I can
Yeah, there were
assign
different
like,
levels. Different permissions.
yeah, like supervisor
Right.
level down to where it's just
And you
inputting
can
information.
limit what they can do. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it makes
I
sense.
could probably figure it out, but I
Well,
don't
and
really have the
that's-
time.
Yeah.
See, and that's the deal. Who
And we
has the
paid them.
time? And we paid them, exactly.
And with all of my open records requests, I don't have the time.
Exactly. So, my goal on this is to have a conversation with Clay, probably tomorrow, and see
Check
if I
his
can
calendar.
schedule some time to get this done. Because I know there was some sheets that we needed to fill out with some specific information, and I'm like still lost as to where that is, so.
Okay. We
But-
actually had Julie and Lynette down for this one.
I think they wanted to mainly, it was just
Yeah, touch
discuss
base
where
on
we're
Oh,
where
at.
just
we
have an
were on
update on where
Yeah.
we're at.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That makes sense.
So it was just, no actions needed on that, I don't think.
So I'm gonna put down that I'm gonna follow up with Clay tomorrow and schedule time for a one-on-one. And it will be remote, so if anyone is interested or has the time, I'll let you all know when it is. If somebody else wants to be there, on the phone, or we'll do WebEx or whatever. Look at Mr.
I'll do it
Mr. Ninefinger over here.
And what he did last time was, it was a Skype meeting, but it wasn't visual he was sharing his computer, basically. It
Yeah,
wasn't
right.
face to face, it was over voice, like a phone call, but then he was
Like
sharing
his
his
own
computer.
PowerPoint
Yeah,
on a screen that we could watch. So.
yeah, so
Skype
it could be
business.
done, yeah.
Yeah.
So it could be done, like she could do it if it happens and she has to do it at work. She
Right.
could share with me the link, whoever wants to watch whatever they're
Right.
doing, we can log in down here, or y'all can log in at home or whatever. So who's ever interested, Mickey will just share with us the date,
Yeah,
and then
and
whoever
the
can make
sooner the
it.
better. I mean, this week if we can get it done.
Yeah,
Because what we're doing is we're inputting all the animals we've taken in
We
so
want
far,
to.
We
correct?
want to. It would be. What'd y'all do with all the animals, Chris? Yes, it would be everything all the records that he has so far for everything, and then of course going forward. So you're going to want to we're going to want to input, the intake for a particular dog, and then and then move it to the next step. Even though we've already done that, but you want to still follow so that you have the entire record.
History.
Yeah. And then going forward, it should be a whole lot easier. We just got to get it set up. That's what's holding us up right now.
yeah, because all those drop-down boxes and stuff, they have to be made specific to our city, street names, or
Right.
intersections,
However
or,
we-
like, where'd
And
you pick the
that's
dog
up
up?
to- And so we
That's up
have to
for
be.
us to do.
Okay.
Yeah, and it goes on an Excel
Residential,
spreadsheet that
commercial.
then somehow feeds into the,
Yeah, like I
Post the
say, I
database.
was looking up YouTube videos, and there was somebody who was going on there and showing, and click this and click that, and this
Yeah,
drops
and then
down,
this
and
and
this.
that.
Yeah,
and,
well, we don't have any drop downs yet because we have to give them a list of things to drop down.
yep.
So we talked about, I remember one discussion we had, and it was about location. And the way they have it set up, how they teach it, location was different than what we were thinking. So if you're thinking on a very large scale, like a city, you may have an industrial district, you may have a port, you may have a railway those kind of locations. What we came up with was residential, commercial, public, the park. I think there was something else that we came up with. So that way we would know where that animal came from. Was it dumped off in the commercial area up here at the Valero? Was it left in the park? Was roaming the streets? Whatever. So those are some of the things that, and I mean, they sound so minuscule, but everything in there links to something else to make the whole thing work, so.
I think,
There
did
was a
we
lot of
also
data.
talk about putting in every street name?
Yeah, we did.
And we have that, yeah. So he
So we
wouldn't have
know
to
where they were
necessarily
picked up.
put in an address, but we could say what street, if he knows the block number, or because sometimes you just find the animal, you don't know where it really was.
Yeah.
And we have all the street names and the block numbers and all that good stuff, so that'd be pretty easy for a drop down. So I will work on that. I'll follow up with Clay in the morning, and I've already tagged you as my cohort in crime.
Do we need a motion on that one?
Nope, that was just status.
Just discussing status. All right. Discuss and/or possible action on topics to be added to the city's quarterly newsletter.
So I have a question for you. Somebody sent me, you sent me. I didn't get an answer. Is that copyrighted?
And I sent it back to you with the whole, yeah, it was from vet's office.
So I have to be real careful when I take somebody else's material.
Yeah, and that's why I sent back to you that,
I did not get that.
and if you wanted me to just reformat it, I could reformat it and just send it back to you.
Okay. As long as we can use it, I just didn't want to violate any copyright laws. And since it's informational, it shouldn't be a problem. I mean, it's not promoting a particular product or a particular doctor, or it's just informational.
You mean just doing a rewrite?
Like if I get you a bunch of that, like what you sent her, like we have a bunch of those at work, and I get you those, can you use those? Like what we would they're like what we would hand out to clients at work?
As long as it doesn't have a mark on it that says copyright or trademark. Because I can't, that's a violation.
If it's got that
I'll
stamp
check.
on it, then.
Yeah.
But I can give it to you, and you can make your own flyer out of the information that I gave you, right?
Yeah, well, that's like the
It's
same
like what
thing
you-
with
what you-
what we
yeah,
were
okay.
talking about.
Yeah.
Just to reformat it and just make it
And
same
just so you know,
information.
a little late on the newsletter.
A little.
Oh, well.
So it's going to be a Q3 newsletter.
No. I'm still doing it. It's gonna come out in July, but it's gonna be the second quarter for June. It's just, it's not coming out as early in July as I wanted it to.
Okay.
This is July, second quarter into June.
Right. So third quarter.
Oh, fiscal quarter, yes.
Yes,
Calendar.
yes.
Okay.
I'm thinking calendar, because the
Calendar,
newsletter.
it's still,
the
we're into
newsletter-
the third quarter.
Newsletter is calendar. The naming convention is calendar.
Calendar.
Yeah, that's why.
Right. So we're at the beginning of the third quarter.
Yes, we're at the beginning of the third quarter, yes. And I'm actually holding out for some bits and pieces I want to put in the newsletter if I can get them lined out.
All right.
Totally unrelated to this discussion.
Yes, it is. Okay.
And
So what did we decide? The graphic that you sent me, or you have something else you want to send me for the newsletter?
What is it? What is it that we're adding?
Oh, you were here. It wasn't.
Have you got it?
It wasn't really in the during the meeting. So we're gonna get a section of the newsletter, and we get to add whatever animal information we want to pick to put on there. So we went with something on parvo since.
Oh, that's what we had. We were supposed to do that
Well,
a
I
long
know,
time ago.
and-
Because
Right.
I had submitted the
And
stuff for it
Michelle
already,
had
but
already
Right.
emailed.
And I don't know if you
Yeah.
sent that to me.
So
in
that's what we.
text
So
or-
resend
I think
your
it was
stuff.
an email, because I got it
that-
too.
Okay, well, if you got it. I'll
That's what
put
that
it
is.
I just don't
So
know.
we get a section
Oh, okay.
for our animal stuff.
It was basically that.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, yeah.
Michelle, Julie found
I
a,
remember, because it comes
little
across as
visual.
her husband's name.
Yes.
So-
Yeah.
so yes,
I have to, looking
that's
for
what
Julie.
that's for. So that's what we went with, was because how that last puppy just died from parvo.
This is the original. Do we need to reformat it so we can use it?
So do we need to?
Okay, so this is the
Make a
original.
Do you want to
motion on that
discuss
one
more
or discuss
topics,
it?
or do you want to stick with just this topic
I think,
for right now?
let's just pick a particular topic, and I think vaccinations is
Parvo.
critical. I mean,
Right,
it's just so
we did,
critical.
right, we did vaccines for our first one,
This one was gonna be parvo as
for,
well.
right.
But we haven't done the first
Vaccines
one.
for-
Well,
first
for this, what we're talking about,
Oh, okay.
vaccines,
I thought I
i.e.
missed one.
aiming at
Parvo.
At
parvo,
Parvo, most definitely.
because it's out
See,
here.
this has Longview Animal Hospital on it, so I can't use that.
But you could reformat it.
But I could just
too.
crop it down there.
That's what I did.
Just blur it.
Okay,
Ah.
that's what you did on the
Or just
one you
roughly
sent me?
rewrite
Yeah,
it.
just
Okay.
crop that part out
City of San
and
Diego.
So, and
That's
the
not
puppy,
still considered copyright though, cropping it out?
well, it doesn't have anything on here that says copyright.
Okay.
Just
Not that I see.
I think
just
that's
has
just the
their-
animal hospital that
is
put that
Longview
little
Animal
poster
Hospital.
together.
Yeah, they could have
Okay.
cropped it off of something and put their name
Exactly.
at the bottom.
Pretty
so-
sure
And,
that's
you
probably
know,
what
I'm
happened,
pretty
yeah.
sure a vet's not gonna sue us over trying to take care of animals.
Yeah.
That would be kind of contradictory. Now, although this puppy is really cute, I don't have room for that in the newsletter.
cut it
So
off.
we'll
Just
just
the
take
verbiage.
the points. But if somebody would like to write a very brief paragraph, 3 sentences maybe, to talk about, parvo in our community.
Parvo and Sandy Oaks.
Well,
Kind of
or
like what
the,
you
or
put
how you clean it. I mean, I did not realize
Damn, and that's, I had all
how
that stuff
it
added to the first one I
spreads.
sent.
You know?
Sister?
I don't know where's that. It's from a long, long time ago.
Did you send it to us?
I sent to that whole group one.
Might be able
In a
to-
text or an email?
Email.
Email. Look under Hessler. I think hers comes
Let me
across
find
as,
Hessler this time.
Did you remove me and put, or remove Mr. Thomasini
on what?
to the group?
Did you get the agenda earlier today?
I did get the agenda.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I have a distribution list, and I took him off and you on, and then I just put ACAC, and that's what.
Yeah, I did get it.
Okay.
Although, you know, I can't remember if I went to the website and pulled it or if I got it from the email.
Oh, check your email
Come to
anyways
think
if
about
it's
it.
in there.
I don't
You
see
can't
in
find it?
here. Oh, wait, Animal Rescue Program. Let's see what that says. Animal Rescue- Oh, that's the volunteer form. No,
Oh, that's
not
right.
it. Show more buttons. Calendar,
What's your
Agenda.
email address?
rescue, nope. So what I may do is, I may not use the graphic as is, but I may pilfer the data, the information, and
Sure.
just reformat it into something a little bit more compact for the newsletter. Using, I'm not ashamed to plagiarize when I need to.
It's just, it's not like it's,
Exactly, it's not like it's proprietary information.
no, or something secret or something
Right.
you can't Google.
And so, when I was looking at what she sent, just trying to read through the, where's the newsletter submission? Something that just talks about how fast parvo spreads and how hard it is to clean it and make it go away. I was doing some reading on it, and they said that if you had a piece of land and there had been an animal on there that had parvo, and you did nothing to that land, it would take, I think it's 3 years?
It's at least a year. So like at my house, since I've had parvo, I cannot have another puppy in my grass for a year. And I've already bleached.
Yeah.
There
And
it
you
is.
still can't? You found the email?
Yeah. It's under Steven's name, not my name.
Oh, well, no wonder.
Yeah, so you still, so even though I've still,
You've done what you needed to
right,
do.
I don't feel comfortable
Right,
putting a puppy in my grass.
right.
They can come to my house, my animals
'Cause
are
you can clean
vaccinated.
all that
Right, but as far as like,
out in nature.
right, putting them in my grass, it's just not, it's very risky.
Even though you bleached the grass
Oh,
and everything?
The
Really?
grass, the kennels, my porch, wherever I could get the stuff to splash.
If they're older and have had the shot.
Then I'm fine. Then it's
it's
fine.
fine.
Like my animals are, I mean, it's always a caution because I have senior pets, like
I texted
15 to
you.
17-year-old, my own personal pets. That's a caution because they're old.
Yeah.
But they're vaccinated. But it's, you know, it is a worry.
This number 6 on here on this graphic says, the question is, how can I lessen the risk? And it says it's recommended to clean food and water bowls and other contaminated items with a solution of a half a cup of chlorine bleach diluted in 1 gallon of water. Okay, so that talks about their very personal things. I'm talking about the bigger impact. I want people to go, oh shit, sorry.
But it's true.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
gonna-
that dog that stepped in poop in my neighbor's yard and,
And came
walked
over
its little
here.
self all the way over here just
spread.
dragged parvo.
That's what
all over
that's
here.
what I want the
Right.
message to be. And in addition to that, the importance of if you are bringing a puppy into your home, you really need to be aware of this. This is how dangerous. That's the paragraph I want.
And that it's prevalent in
It's
Sandy Oaks.
prevalent
Oh,
here in Sandy
diagnosed.
Oaks. Yes.
Thanks.
I sent you the text of it.
Okay.
And it's like pretty much exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
Oh,
That
good.
might be easy.
Okay, so I'll take this and then what you just sent me, and we'll craft something to put in the newsletter. Got it.
Does that require a motion?
Just said on topics. What do y'all
Hmm?
I don't know, Chris is over here
Um,
being Chris.
So that was just discussing topics.
Mhm.
No motion needed. Or
But
no
we did
action?
decide that parvo was our topic.
Okay.
Okay, and I think we've discussed that before.
Nick?
That was it. So next is,
Move that we
I make a
adjourn.
motion to adjourn.
Good boy, already did it.
and the time is 7:31.
7:31.
Did we have a second?
We did.
You don't need one.
No. I always ask for one. Oh, but who wants, I don't want to adjourn.